Hi everyone, today in this video we are going to cover a new topic which is subscription billing in Business Central. So the agenda of our meeting is going to be we are going to look at the item card, then the service commitment. What does service commitment mean in the subscription billing, both package and the templates? The third one is the creation of a sales order, how it is going to react, okay, and the service object, customer contracts, recurring billings, and how we are going to create a sales invoice. I'm going to show it to you how we are going to create a sales invoice from the customer contracts as well as the recurring billings. Okay, and the last one is the posted sales invoice. Okay, posted sales invoice is pretty much same. Okay, but I'm going to show you the lines which is going to be created from the customer contract. Okay, and on what basis does it depend on. Okay. Okay, so this is a very new module of Business Central. This is the Microsoft documentation which I have opened. Manage subscription, okay, billing and the revenue recognition. Okay, so over here you can see today is actually 20th of January 2025, and this was generally available on the October 2nd of 2024. So you can see like 3.5 months before it was released, it was generally available. Okay, and the public preview was, you can say, 1 month before. Okay, so I have uh, I have wrote the subscription billing documentation a little bit over the period. It is going to be advanced. Okay, but currently in this video we are just going to see the whole process, because when I was working on the subscription billing, the thing which was most difficult for me to drive, or most difficult for me to understand, is the what is the correct procedure, how we are going to use the method. Okay, what is the major process. The nitty-gritty is like what does exactly this field mean and how it is going to have an effect in the system. It is a bit of a detailed stuff. Okay, in the future videos we are going to cover that also, inshallah. But in the first video I'm just going to show you the process, how you can run the subscription billing. Okay, and in the later videos we are going to jump to the uh, more detailed fields, you can say. Over here I have attached the, you can say, picture, a screenshot which I have taken from the Microsoft documentation. Let me just close that, and I have a screenshot over here with me over here. Okay, so this is the complete procedure which I have read from the you can say the Microsoft documentation, and I will help you to I will try to make it as easy as possible for you to understand. Okay, so there are going to be three steps. Okay, the first one is the Mastercard. What kind of a Mastercard we are going to use. Okay, the major one which we are currently using is the item cards. Everyone, I'm sure this is very common when you, if you are a business central consultant. But these two, you can say, is a bit different. Service commitment billed recurringly and the service commitment packages. Okay, this build recurringly is actually the template which Microsoft is talking about, and inshallah we will look into it. The next one is the sales. This is the complete procedure from the sales. Okay, and but from starting from here until here, you can say the complete procedure. It has no effect on the GL accounts. Okay, all is going to happen on the you can say the subledger on the subledger part, and then in the last, you can say, in the finance part, GL entries. You can see over here contract deferrals, GL entries, and how it is going to have an effect. Okay, not thank you, not right now. Okay, one thing I will going to add it over here once the invoice is posted. Deferrals. Okay, we are also going to look at the how you can book the deferrals in Business Central. Okay, also the journal entries, what kind of a journal entries are going to be posted on the sales invoice part. Okay, so let's start our video, and we are going to start with the item card. Okay, I know it is going to start from here, but let me this is a particular field on the item card which is linked with these two parts of the subscription. So we can start from the item card. Okay, and then we can jump to uh, the subscription part. Okay, okay, let me open the correct business central for you. Okay, so this is the one. I'm going to use this documentation. I'm going to attach the link in the description. You can also go and check over there. Okay. uh, I try my best to explain it in the limited in the least words I can say. I don't want to make it complicated in the first part, but in the second and third block, which is going to be the properly for a part like for a service object and for the commitment and for the contracts, especially the contracts. Okay, I'm going to go in more detail in every single field. Over here you are not going to see a lot of detail like field level detail. Okay, now let's jump to the business central. The first thing is that this is Microsoft have provided you the specific role for that. You can see the subscription and the recurring billing. Okay, I'm already using that. Okay, and over here you can see these are the list of points which we are going to see in our series. Okay, the first one is going to be the item card, so we are going to jump on that directly. I have already created a you can say an item in the system. Okay, but before that, let me explain you in whatever ways how you can use the subscription billing for what kind of a scenarios that can occur. Okay, and the one of the scenarios is the business central essential license. Okay, if we go back to the picture, you can see what can we use. Okay, so it's a lot of zoom, you can say. Okay, the first one is the subscription. Subscription means that it's a very fixed amount or very fixed license, a fixed amount, a quantity which is going to be billed every single month, every single quarter. Okay, if for example you purchase the uh, particular license from a company. Okay, and now you want to book that. Okay, the contract is for 1 year. Okay, and the normally what they do, they provide the licenses per month on per month basis. Okay, but you say you want the contract for like 1 year, but definitely you're not going to pay for the whole year. And if you want to pay it for the whole year, you can also manage from the contract. We are going to look into that later, but just giving the simple scenario that you want to bill after every single quarter. Okay, and the example we are going to run exactly similar example also. We are going to bill the client, our client. Okay, on the 3 month basis. Okay, on the quarterly basis, but the contract is for 1 year. Okay, also for the rents, office rents or the any sort of a rent. This is a very similar term, it's not a, you can say, unique term, it's a very common term. Okay, the rent is a very common term, and whatever concept is coming in your mind, this is the rent. Okay, so we can also cover it from the service commitment and the maintenance of the customer and vendor. Microsoft does not only allow you to create the maintenance or the contracts for only for the customer, but also for the vendors. Okay, we are going to look into the customer only for this video, but there's an option for the vendor as well. Okay, so let's take our example for the subscription one. The method is going to be similar, but we are just taking the subscription like for example, I'm a Microsoft partner, and I give the licenses for the business central to the companies, and I have one of the customers who purchase like licenses from me. So I'm going to bill them. Okay, and they said that they want the contract is for 1 year, that they are going to purchase the license for me until 1 year. uh, and there's an extension possible, but currently there's no extension, and I'm going to bill them after every 3 months. Okay, after every quarter, you can say. Okay, let's jump to the business central again. The item is similar, everything. I'm not going to specify the unit cost or the price. We are going to enter the manual cost and the price. Over here there's a new field which is named as service commitment option. Okay, so from here we are going to specify whether it's a service commitment or not, in short. Okay, so let's see, there are four options in it: sales without the service commitment, sales with service commitment, service commitment item, and the invoicing items. So they are the whole list of them. We are going in this video, we are going to use the service commitment items. Why we are going to use that? Because we are going to create an obligation with our customer. Okay, customer has an obligation because we are like a vendors for them. Okay, so there's a obligation we have signed with the customer, with our customer, that they are going to purchase something from me after the contract is for a whole year. There's a proper obligation present over there. The next one is sales without the service commitment. This is the normal item which you are using until now. Before the subscription module, uh, item card is by default is the sales without the service commitment. There was not even a single commitment obligation exist. Okay, this is sales with service commitment and the invoicing item we are going to look into in the future videos. But let me just explain you a little bit. For example, if I select this, uh, I can, if I try to select inventory, okay, actually there's an already I have already run the test scenario with it. Let us create a new one. Okay, item, and let's name them license item. Okay, and over here you can see by default, yeah, by default it will always going to pick sales without the service commitment, because I told you this is the by default item nature before the subscription. Now we just name it as a sales without service commitment. If I try to select this one, okay, you can see this is the inventory. It has an inventory nature, means we can work in the inventory nature still with the service commitment. Okay, and also for the service and for the non-inventory as well. But in this specific video we are going to cover the service commitment item, and if I try to make it service, then it is going to give me an error that you can only select this non inventory nature item. Okay, and if I even try to select the inventory, the results are same. So remember, the service commitment item is purely linked with the non-inventory nature kind of an item. Okay, so if we look into the items, okay, the licenses is purely non-tangible item. Okay, so we are going to use this one. Okay, license item and the service commitment item. Let's jump back to the business central. Now on the card there's another option in the item action button, which is service commitment. Okay, if you come over here you will see the item service commitment package. We need to sign up some sort of a package. Okay, and under that there's a line. Okay, and if I try to even edit it, okay, it is not going to let me edit the lines. Okay, so means it is picking from some sort of a page and linking it with the item card. Okay, and over here I can select like multiple. If I have only two created in the system, but I can select multiple. Okay, but I'm already using, so you can see errors like this will occur. Okay, so which discount can only assign to the service item. Okay, but for timing I will show you how we can for example, if I open a new item, then it is going to allow me. But over here let us jump to the service package now. If you remember, in the in this screenshot, in this picture, this is a service commitment package, and it is saying grouping of various service commitments. Means this is the package and we can connect multiple service commitment with one package. Okay, what does that means? We are going to look into it. But one thing I want to show, you can see this the picture is saying that it is linked with this item. Okay, so this is it. And now if I search the service commitment package, okay, there are two packages currently created. The first is the license contract 12 month and the license sales 12 month. Okay, so what is the difference between them? We are not going to cover this one in this video, but I will just briefly explain you. Under that you can see there's an option invoicing via contract and sales. There are two ways to invoice someone. Okay, the first one is the contract. Contract means that there's some sort of an obligation and the recurring nature kind of a, you know, nature of kind of a work. Okay, as we have discussed now, invoicing via contract, so it's like a recurring based invoicing. Okay, and if we select the sales invoicing invoicing via sales, so it will be a one time sales invoice booking. Okay, but not the way not on the basis of recurring. Okay, so in the whole video we are going to use this one. Okay, what does billing base period means? Okay, Billing. Okay, before that, let me explain you from where this billing based period is coming. Okay, if I open a duplicate tab, let me just give me a second, and we can see over here that we are going to use the template for this. Okay, and once we are going to use the template, so you can see everything is going to be changed as per the template. Okay, let me change it back to the contract. Okay, so everything is changed automatically. Okay, now over here you can no, this is a package. Just give me a second. Service commitment template. Okay, you can see over here in the contract one, the billing base period is 12 month. 12 month means the whole contract, the billing of the whole contract is going to be 12 month. Okay, uh, means if for example, if there's some sort of a scenario like we are going to provide you the services for the 13 month. Okay, but um, our billing is only going to be for the 12 months. Still, your services dates, the contract dates is going to be from for the 13 month, but your billing is going to be 12 month. Okay, so you need to remember this point. And the calculation base, like we are going to calculate this 100%, the whatever value we are going to enter in the service object. Later I'm going to show you. It is going to use that 100% amount for the calculation. Okay, and more detail in the future videos. Okay, over here you can see something like discount. Okay, I'm going to remove that because we don't want to use the discount. What this is not that discount. Okay, what you are might be what kind of a concept you have in your mind. It has a very different results in the future. Again, going to cover in the future video, but over here I'm going to just disable the discounts. Okay, and over here you can see the usage based billing. This usage based billing is, for example, in the recurring billing, you normally your you can say your bill is going to be fixed in every invoice. Okay, definitely if the $70 per unit, $70 per user is the cost of 1 month for a user, essential license user, then in the next month is the same $70. Okay, not it is not going to be changed. Okay, but in the usage based billing, the method is going to be like, if we are going to use for example, let me give you for the example for the internet services. If you're going to use like 100 GB, your bill is like 1000. But if you are going to use 900 GB, your bill is going to be different. Okay, so it totally depends upon the usage. This is what it is used for, but we're not going to cover that right now, so just going to leave that. Okay, so this is was the invoicing item number. Yes, this is linked with the item card. If you remember, in the fourth option in this service commitment option is invoicing item. So yes, this is linked with this thing. Not going to cover this today again. Now come back to it. Okay, now the billing rhythm. I have explained you the billing base period. It is going to be 12 month, and how frequently you want to bill your customer. Definitely, we are going to bill it on the quarterly basis. Okay, quarter means the 3 month basis. Okay, so this is it. Now our what does these all field means, we are going to skip that for timing. But yes, okay, now it's completed. Now if I go back to the service commitment, I don't think so it is going to delete. It is letting me delete that. Okay, I'm going to select this service commitment package line which a discount can only assign to the. Okay, so this is the issue coming for the discounts. Just give me a second. Okay, now it is letting me select. Okay, simply just select this. The issue was coming because I have removed the discount, and uh, the issue was related to that. Okay, okay, so now you can see over here the discount is like, I'm not enabled. I didn't enable this button. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the, yeah, one thing, I have created a new similar item. The reason is there was already a item ledger entries for that, so I recommend to use the brand new item. Okay, just to make it different from that, we are going to call it premium business center premium license. Okay, so we can start with the scratch, and the item we are going to use is never used before. Okay, okay, now jumping back to the that picture. Okay, so the first part is completed, the first mastercard part is completed. Okay, so it is going to link with the sales code including service commitment, and the sales order including service commitment. Okay, so you can see this particular uh, bracket, you can say, and it is linked with the customer contract. Okay, one thing I want to specify, that we can jump on the sales code and we can also jump to the sales order. It's totally our choice. But for this example, we are going to pick sales order just to make the process, uh, you know, more least difficult. Okay, we are going to create a new one. Okay, let me specify. Okay, for example, like Alpine SKI house. Okay, we're going to use this customer. I didn't use this customer for the service commitment. Okay, so there no going to be an open lines or the contract for that. Okay, if I write business central, yes, this one premium license, yes. Okay, so what we are going to do, I want to show you 2 to 3 points over here. Okay, first thing, I'm not going to use the foreign currencies. Okay, so cause I'm not a American, so I'm not going to use the USD. Okay, so I'm going to use the, you know, the local currency I'm using. So not from the here, from the journal I just set up. Okay, you can see I'm using the Pak rupee. Okay, the Pakistani currency. Okay, so one thing might be the customer have purchased like 10 accounts from me. Okay, 10 business central premium license. Okay, and the one license is going to cost me how much? This is a question. I'm not talking about the exchange rates or things like that. No, I'm talking about we are going to write here monthly or annually. Okay, or as per the base period, because billing base period is like 12 month. We are going to use that, so I'm talking in that perspective. Okay, definitely if we are going to use the 24-month billing base period. Okay, so I will be talking about here, I'm going to write the price for 1 month or for the 2 years. Okay, so the answer is we are going to use the full month. Okay, the unit prices, let me explain. Okay, so let's assume the per month cost is like 5,000. Okay, 5,000 rupees. Okay, and this is the cost of one quantity for 1 month. Okay, for the 6 months, let's reduce it a little bit. Make it 2,000. Okay, for 1 month. Okay, and for the whole year, it is going to be 2,000 multiplied by 12. Okay, so it is going to be 24,000. So I'm going to write 24,000 over here, which is the cost of per annum. Okay, business central cost of 1 year, but for one quantity, and for the 10 quantities it is going to be 2,40,000. Okay, I'm not going to deal in the VAT right now. Maybe in future we are going to do that, because definitely it will generate an entry. I have to explain that, but just making the process simple, I'm saying that no VAT for timing. Okay. Okay, so one more thing I need to explain. If you remember that in the item card we have only added one line over here. Okay, but if there are like multiple lines over here, then what will happen, it is going to create like multiple lines over here. Okay, in the service commitment field. Okay, if you click on that, you can see one line, and that one line is actually coming because of this thing. Okay, because normally yes we do only one, and for example there are like multiple lines in it. Okay, for example like this. Okay, and which one you want to bring in the service commitment, because in this particular scenario if you're going to post it, okay, then definitely it is going to create two service commitment lines points. Okay, in that field it is going to show two, not one. So how can we select that? Because it is possible that we are going to attach multiple packages on one item card. So how we are going to do it, we are going to control it from this boolean. Okay, we are going to disable it off on this one. Okay, and in the end, yes, business center is again going to pick only one line. Okay, let me just add it again. Okay, okay, business central. Okay, like this. So it is asking from me that, actually it is asking from me that you want to include this line. If I do it okay, then it will. Otherwise if I cancel it or cross it, then it will not. Okay, like this. If I cross it, you can see in the service commitment this is only one, but let us use this. Okay, for now, for this example. Okay, 1024, and it didn't ask from us. Okay, you can see this is two lines are coming over here. And the last scenario which I can show you is this. If I disable it, okay, and if I delete this line again and I'm going to enter this, then it is going to give me the pop. Do you want to use it or not? If I click on OK, then still the boolean is disabled, but the service commitment is actually 2. Okay, so again, sorry, deleting that line. But now come back to the our actual scenario. We are not going to use this. Okay, the price is going was going to be 24,000, if I what I remember. Yes. Okay, so now what we need to do we need to ship that, or do we need to invoice that? Okay, might be there's some sort of a different scenario for the subscription. Let me show you now. If I just click on the post ship, yeah, oh, I did the only ship. Okay, now what happened, you can see the amount is also invoiced. Okay, but it is also shipped and also invoiced. Okay, if I click on the ship one, you can see a document is created in the backend. Okay, you can see this. Yeah, there's some sort of a shipment does occur. But if I click on the invoice, it is saying that there's some sort of a document on the back end if I only see the quantity invoiced one. But if I click on it, you can see there are no open lines. Yes, it do show that the amount is invoiced, but it is not going to create any document. Okay, but in the other cases, when we normally do the sales and invoice, what it will do, normally it does delete the sales order, but what happens is there's a document, actual document is created, but not in this case. Okay, so how we are going to book the invoice if it is not showing me how to, if it is if it does the invoicing but does not show the document? Okay, so the answer is very simple, that completely every single thing regarding the invoice is going to be handled from the customer contract, not from the sales order. Okay, this is purely for the subscription. Okay, for example, if there are like multiple lines over here, first line is for the subscription, and the second line is for the you can say the simple item, you can say. Okay, then what it will do, so remember, it will definitely going to invoice the line uh, which is non service commitment. Okay, now let's get back to the picture. Yeah, we created a sales order, include an overview of the future recurring billing. We are not going to use that, but yes, we are going to ship it, and it will automatically create. You can also see the invoicing. It has nothing in the nothing after that, means it is just a dummy invoice and it has nothing linked with it. Okay, but yes, when you do the shipment, it will automatically create what, it will automatically create the service object. So now what does exactly the service object means? So this is what I have wrote over here, wrote in my blog. A service object is which the customer buys or sign up for. It could be item, it could be an agreement. Item could be like a product or a rental base or a license based, and agreement could be like in the warranty case or in the maintenance service. Okay, so this is just you can say creating an obligation based on the items or an agreement. Okay, uh, let me duplicate a tab for the customer contract, but now the first part is to open the service object. Okay, you saw that I didn't create a new one, but it created a premium license over here. Yes, Alpine, you can see the customer name over here. Let me open that. Okay, so briefly going to explain you what does these fields mean, but not going to go in the detail. The provisional start date is like, it is a date from which the subject of the service and the associated service were made available to the customer. Okay, in short, if I explain, for example, you created a sales order on 1st of January. Okay, but the and you want to start the billing from the 1st of Feb. Okay, and before that your actual services was start from the 15th of the January, and the first 15 days is actually, you can say, free and no, billing for that. Okay, so we can specify over here, but that our provisional start date is like 15th of the January. Okay, it is not going to have an effect on the billing. Okay, but in our case, we are going to keep it very simple like this. Okay, and we are going to match it with our service date. Service date is like from when our services is going to be started. Okay, um, let me specify over here 31, 12, and 25. Yes. Oh yeah, this is wrong. 010125. Okay, you can see this is a non-editable field, but it is saying yeah, yes, your next billing is going to be this date. Okay, and your calculation base amount is going to be 24,000. This is for the per unit, remember. Okay, the quantity is actually 10. Did we post 10? Yeah, we posted the line with the 10. No, no, shit. I forgot to enter the 10 quantity. Okay, I deleted the line, so it was removed. I didn't notice. But yes, okay, let's take this scenario. If the quantity is 1, if the quantity was 10, it will come over here, and your service amount is going to be like 22 lakh 40,000. Okay, 240,000, 240,000. Okay, but generally everything is going to be picked from the service package, the service commitment template. Okay, it is going to be picked from there. Okay, yes, discounts. Let Because we are very nice, so we are going to give them the 25% discount. Okay, but remember that discount is not linked with that boolean which we did work in the start. Okay, okay, 18,000. Yes, this is going to be our service amount for the licenses. Yes. Okay, now what we do, everything is created. Yes, let's put the customer reference, like customer reference 00100 maybe. Yeah, this is a very secret code, you can say. We have added the customer, and over in the end user you can see the contact and the customer date is details are coming from the sales order. Okay, and if you want to ship out on some separate, you want to build it for the different, okay, customer, then you can do that, and also for the shipment. Okay, this is pretty much similar like the way we do in the sales order, but over here we are not going to cover that. Okay, everything is done. Now what will we do? The service object is created. Now we can create the vendor contract and the customer contract. This is the particular area only for the purchases side. We're not going to cover this, but the method you can say is pretty much same. Customer contract, vendor contract, contract invoice, customer contract invoice, vendor. Deferrals, general ledger entries for the expenses in AP, general ledger expenses for the revenue, and the APE, PPE. Okay. Uh, okay, so you can understand from this that the method is going to be similar, the process is going to be similar, but um, we are going to look in the customer one. Okay, now how we are going to connect the customer contract. Let's go to the customer contract. Okay, let's create a new one. The customer number was this Alpine one. Okay, let's put the Alpine. Okay, now you can see over here that we have to again create a again create a line over here. Okay, so this is not very logical that we are creating a same line again and again and again. So how we are going to connect this customer contract and the service object is actually a third thing, which is known as the service commitment. Okay, line you can say. Okay, we have already created that. You can see service commitment, this one. This line is actually the point from which we are going to connect our service object with the customer contract. Okay, okay, so it is completed. Let's go to the customer contract. You can see the get service commitments. So this service commitment is actually the service line we have just created in the service object. Okay, if we are going to click here, okay, might be, just give me a second. Did we select the right customer? Yeah, okay. I forgot one thing, that my system date is actually 2026 right now, so that is why the line didn't pop up. So what I do, I just come back here and just change the ending date to 2026. Okay, just to bring that line in the customer contract. Okay, okay. So over here, now if you go over here, then you can see that line. Okay, just the issue was coming because that because of the date. Okay, because we were in 2026 as per the working date. Okay, but if I just change this to 25, because there are two dates over here. Okay, now let me show you the changes are saved. Okay, the line disappeared. Okay, now if I come back here and just change the value to 2026 because we are in 2026. Okay, let's change the value this one also 2026. Okay, and go back, come again, then the line will come. Okay, so the issue, that is purely related to the date, because I was entering the wrong year. Okay, okay, so once the line is here, what you need to do, you need to click on the assign selected service. It will bring that line in over here. Let me delete that line. Okay, so so the details are uh, pop up here. Yeah, okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to invoice it. Okay, so the question is how we are going to invoice it. So in Business Central there are two methods to invoice a subscription base uh, commitment. Okay, now the method is to, we can create the invoice directly from the customer contract, and the other method is to use the recurring billing. Okay, if you use the recurring billing, let me go to the recurring billing. Okay, so you can see over here, okay, this and line is a different line. Create billing proposal, yes, then we need a template, definitely we need a template customer. Okay, school of create billing proposals, no, not this one. Okay, alpine one, you can see this one against the fifth contract. You just need to specify the template. What does the template means? You need to specify this template is for customer or a vendor. Okay, you can specify the group by the customer or partner. Normally we do the I'm saying customer contract or partner contract. Okay, over here you can specify the billing date formula, but um, if you don't do it, it can give us the list of all the invoices. Okay, so over here you can see the contract number 5. We need to do the billing for this. Okay, if we click on create document, it is going to ask from me that you want the document date, or what is the document date and what is the posting date. And if I click on it, it will create a sale invoice. But the other method uh, is that, okay, so the next method is to do the invoicing is the customer contract. If you come back to the customer contract again. Okay, so 1136 and the 3 months. So what we are going to do, we are going to click on the create contract invoice. Okay, okay, so these if the lines are already built on the billing, recurring billing. Okay, okay, so it means that you must need to create it from the recurring billing. Okay, but okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to go to the recurring billing again. Okay, and we are going to delete these. Okay, sorry, I need to select all. Sorry. Okay, sorry, in this case we are going to select this one and let us delete the documents. Okay, delete billing lines. Oh, sorry, we jumped in the customer, not this one. Just going to select this line, delete document, all documents, and we are going to remove these lines. Clear billing proposal, all billing proposal. Yes. Okay, so now if I go back here, if I do it, yes, now it will let me create it because the lines are not open on the recurring billing. Over here, we are going to specify the first billing date, okay, which is going to be 2026, and then I'm going to copy this date. You can see the current date of this, you can say system is 10th, or 10th means October, 1st October. Let me just specify this, okay. Now you want to open a document or you want to directly post a document. Okay, means if I click on okay right now, the open document boolean is enabled. It means it is going to create a sales invoice in the system. Okay, not post it. Okay, but if I enable this one, it will automatically going to disable the other one, so it is directly going to post a sale invoice. But we want to jump in the sale invoice, so we are going to click on the open document. Okay, creating document. Okay, done. Okay, yeah, you're going to find this a little bit different from what you do normally. Okay, all the other information is pretty much same, but over here you can see the service provide, actually the language is changed for some reason. You can see the internet service, the premium license, and the this is the item name, and this license contract is for 12 months, and what is the customer reference, this is the reference which we have entered, okay, and the service provider date providing date is 01/01/26 to 31 of 3 of the 26. So why does Business Central bring this specific details? So this is a question which can come in your mind. So the answer is simple. Is when we let me go to the setup page now, which is named as service contract setup. Over here you can see the arrange text is the first description. First it needs to bring the service object detail, then commitment, then billing period, then serial number. There was no serial number, so that's why it is blanked. It didn't bring the line, but under that customer reference and the primary attribute. Okay, so system is picking the details as per this arrangement. Okay, you can change it. For example, if you want to bring the serial number first, then you can. Okay, but no need to change that right now. So okay, so this is okay. Now you can see 6,000. Now let me explain you why this is 6,000. Okay, now let me go back to the customer contract. Okay, customer contract, the fifth one we have used. Okay, over here you can see 24,000 and yeah, no discount. Okay, so now let me open the calculator. Okay, okay, just want to concise it. Okay, 24,000. Okay, this is for the 12 months. Okay, so that means the value for one month is 2,000, which we have specified, and we just bill it for the 3 months. Okay, so this is 6,000. So that's why system bring the 6,000 over here with no VAT. Yeah, one thing which Microsoft have did, and which is you find a little bit you can say different, that system is not going to sum the service commitment line. Okay, you can see the value is 00, and if even I do the preview posting, let me show you the entry. So over here in the journal entry you can see the amount will come. It doesn't mean the amount is not going to come in the entry. The amount will come, but what will happen is that simply the amount is not going to show over here. Microsoft has said things like that. Simply post it, yes. Want to open it, yes, we want to open it. Now let's dive into the, this is a posted sale invoice. Now let's dive into the entries now. If you open that, you can see customer contract deferral are created in the system. Okay, so this is for the 3 months. Okay, first, second, and third month. Okay, uh, and you can see it is not released. This is what I want to show you. And 2,000 per month you can say, and the amounts are not released. What does released means now? Okay, so if I go back to the picture, you can see the contract deferrals. We need to release the release word is not written over here, but to move it to the general ledger entries, or you want to move it to recognize the revenue, you want to release that. Okay, you want to do something with the deferrals, and that something is we want to release that. Okay, okay, now if I go back in the general ledger entries. Okay, so the first is the customer contract deferral account. Okay, it is going to get credit, and the second one is the for customer for an account, which means that the okay, let me show you in the general posting setup that why system has picked these accounts 2320 and 5381. Okay, now we don't need a customer contract, we have discussed already. Now we are going to jump to the journal posting setup. Okay, so this is going to be, what was the account number? 5381. This one, customer contract deferral account. Okay, so I have specified this account in front of all of the accounts, so it doesn't matter whatever I select, but our system is going to pick this account. Okay, it is going to move the value in the prepaid account, prepaid deferral account. Okay, and the other account is actually the let me show you what from where system have picked that. foreign 2320. Okay, I think so. The value 2323, yeah, 2320. Okay, so this is it picks from the receivable account. Okay, might be the customer type is specified as a foreign. Okay, so that's why system has picked that. Okay, so this was about the journal entry. Now what we are going to do, we are going to see how we can release the deferrals in the system. So we are going to write release contract deferral release. So until when you want to release that, you can specify. We just want to release until 28th of uh, Feb. Okay, let's specify 25th of Feb because I don't want to touch the last entry for that quarter. Just click on OK. The it did something, and what does it did? Let me show you. Customer contract deferral. So these are the list of all the lines which is created in the system. You can see this is our premium one. It's good we have changed the item name from the essential to premium, otherwise there's going to be a lot of essential license and the lines could be confusing. So you can see first and second, and in front of this you can see it is released but not the third one. Okay, okay, done. So this is what release means. Okay, now uh, what does actually happen in the chart of accounts, so we are also going to check that. Okay, journal ledger entries, definitely uh, the lines we have posted in the invoice we have posted, it does create the journal ledger entries, and whatever we did, the releasing, whatever releasing we did, it does has an effect of on the GL entries. But to understand in more detail, we are going to jump to the chart of accounts. Okay, this is the part for the finance guy. Okay, you can see 4,000 over here. Yes, this is what I want to show you. So this is the 6,000 and the two entries which we have released. System is going to use that. Okay, it is going to show you the balance for that. Okay, your total deferrals that are released actually is the 4,000. Okay, and on the back end you can see this 2,000 amount, and what is the entry behind that. You can see 6120 sales retail account is credit, and same credit but with the different, you can say, actually this is for the 2 months, you can say 28/6. Yes, no, both are for the 28. Okay, yes, 6120 6120. Yes, it is going to subtract the first one. Okay, and book the second one. Let me just go back over to here, use this one. Yeah, there are two entries. Okay. Well, yeah, the reason is that we have released. I remember that the date which we have mentioned in the released deferral. Let me show you again. I forgot that the posting date we have specified is actually the 28 2. So that is why it is has released the amounts on 28 of 2, both of them. Okay. Otherwise the entry is going to be 2, and the sales invoice, so it's the sorry the sales account is going to, or the revenue account is going to get hit. Okay. Now let me specify the revenue on this account. Okay, and you will see the effect in the it is going to be the this one. Might let me do the descending or not. Descending is not going to work. Let me search 2000. Okay, this is the 24 4 2024. No. Okay, yes, I just got back to the invoice and check what actually posting accounts was hit. So the account which was hit was not this one, sales retail domestic. It was actually hit by the sales retail EU. If I open that, you can see these two entries. Okay, so now actually the 4,000 revenue is also booked when we just released the deferrals. So this is the complete, you can say, service commitment process in Business Central. This is very detailed module. There are many videos is going to come in future specifically for the service commitment. What does the fields in the service commitment mean? But definitely we are going to discuss one time there are common fields in every single page, so we are not going to discuss it again and again. I'm going next video, inshallah, I'm going to create with the uh, by naming it the fields that are going to be important fields in subscription module. Okay, and we are going to discuss the list of all the fields that are present. Okay, and the different scenarios like harmonization. What is harmonization in Business Central? Okay, how to extend the contract, how to change the contract, how to change the pricing for that. Okay, so there are a lot of questions that can occur in your mind while watching this video, but we are going to list down that in the future videos. If you have any sort of a question, then you can ask in the comments. Until next time, you can say bye.